Hello everyone, it's great to see you again. In a previous video, I showed you the crisp and delicious oatmeal cookies that my friend Victoria had made. Today, I'm going to reproduce those cookies so that you can try them too. We are going to start with the dry ingredients, and I have weighed everything out on my digital scale. So we are starting with 1 cup or 140 grams of all-purpose or plain flour. And I've just put this in a bowl over here. And to the flour, I'm adding a half teaspoon of baking soda. Also add 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder and a generous half teaspoon of salt. Whisk to combine. And then set this aside for a moment. I should mention that my oven has preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius. For the butter mixture, you can use a large bowl and electric handheld beaters, or you can use what I'm using, a stand mixer outfitted with the paddle attachment. Into the bowl of the mixer, I am adding 14 tablespoons or 200 grams of room temperature butter. To the butter, add 195 grams or 1 cup of regular granulated sugar and 50 grams or 1/4 cup of packed light or dark brown sugar. I'm using dark today. At low speed, combine the sugar and the butter. When the butter and sugars are fairly well combined, increase the speed to medium and beat until the mixture turns pale and fluffy. If the butter seems to be sticking to the sides of the bowl, just scrape down the bowl. And then continue beating. This looks pale and fluffy, so now I'm going to beat in 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. This vanilla extract was a gift from a viewer. She made this with vanilla beans and bourbon. That's what this B stands for. It's very good extract. This is looking good. At low speed, beat in the flour mixture. I will link this recipe in the description below. Then detach the bowl after you scrape off the paddle attachment. Let me move this out of the way. Then stir in 2½ cups or 200 grams of old-fashioned rolled oats. This recipe makes about 2 dozen cookies. I'm going to use a little cookie scoop that holds 2 tablespoons in order to measure the dough. These cookies do spread, so you want to space them about 3 inches apart. I love using a cookie scoop because then all of the cookies are of uniform size. So I have 12 cookies here. Then I'm going to just slightly flatten out the cookies. And I'm going to pop this into the preheated oven until the cookies are lightly colored and done. That's going to take 13 to 16 minutes. True confession. If I make 24 cookies, I will eat 24 cookies, probably on the same day that I baked all of them. So I'm going to freeze the remaining cookie dough. It's very easy to do. Just form the cookies, and you need not space them 3 inches apart. You can put them quite close together. And then I will put this baking sheet in the freezer, and when the cookies are solidly frozen, I will transfer them to one of my reusable Ziploc bags. Then I can bake them off whenever I'm in the mood for oatmeal cookies, which is frequently. I'm going to pop this into the freezer. While the cookies are baking, please join me as I bring Avery for a short walk in the garden. Cookies are done. They were in here for 16.5 minutes. And I should have spaced them a little farther apart, but that's okay. I'm going to let these beauties cool for about 5 minutes on the baking sheet, and then I will transfer them to these wire racks to cool completely. Our cookies have cooled to room temperature, and as they cooled, they became very crisp. Listen to this. A taste. These cookies taste like a smile. They are oaty and brown sugary, and of course, they smell of vanilla. Just delicious. I'm going to put these on a platter, and then I will eat probably a few more of them while I work at the computer. These cookies go really well with café au crème, which I have right here. I'm going to eat at least a few of these cookies while responding to your comments on my last video. And by the way, I do read all of your comments, and I am so thankful that you take the time to write a comment. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will give these cookies a try, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye for now.